PlayOn Sports. It's the PlayOnSports.com pregame show. I'm live from Independence High School in San Jose, California. I'm Fred Landis with Ben Taylor on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the visiting Sobrato Bulldogs against the host Independence 76ers. Sobrato comes into tonight's game with an overall record of 5-2, while the home team Independence comes in at 3-4. So there's two teams here, Ben, going in a couple of different directions in the conference. If you're Coach Borello over there at Sobrato looking forward to the playoffs, how do you get your team kind of to look past a team that's lost a few games here in the conference?
Yeah, Independence certainly at 0-4 in league play is a team that Sobrato could overlook, but I would certainly caution them against doing that. Now, Independence hasn't won a game in over a month. They're currently on a 4-game losing streak, but they've got some explosive playmakers on the offensive side of the football, most notably Jojo Valenzuela, who's really a power back, and he's slippery there in the backfield. So Sobrato is going to have to keep an eye on him tonight, and if they do that and they shut down Valenzuela, they got a very good chance of moving to 4-1 in league.
So how does a coach prepare for this scrum offense run by Independence? That's not something Sobrato has seen all year, Ben. That's a little bit tough to follow. A lot of repetitions, a hurry-up offense, no huddle. How does a coach prepare to that with that after not having seen it?
Well, it's a lot of motion in the backfield. Get prepared for screen passes, motion from the backs. Again, Jojo Valenzuela is a guy we're going to see a lot in motion. Quarterback Tet Tui is really not going to hurt Sobrato, I don't think, so they don't have to worry about him so much. But keep an eye on that motion in the backfield and how the offensive line is setting up pre-snap, because that really is going to dictate where Independence goes with the football.
Yeah, and both of these teams are pretty run-heavy, although Sobrato shows a little bit more balance on offense, throwing to the Hardy brothers, the Hardy boys as we'll call them, with their transfer quarterback, Michael Boxnick.
Yeah, Boxnick, as you mentioned, a transfer from Hollister High School, and we'll keep an eye on him. Through the passing game, Sobrato averaging just under 150 yards per game, rushing the football over 270 yards per game. So, yes, a better mix than Independence, and the 76ers are going to have their work cut out for them, shutting down Boxnick and the Hardy brothers.
So that's going to do it for tonight's pregame show. It's a beautiful night for football, temperature in the low 60s as these two teams get ready to square off. We'll be back with a kickoff in just a few minutes. Friday Night Football begins next on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonssports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football on PlayOn Sports. Coming to you live from San Jose, California. I'm Fred Landis with Ben Taylor on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. Tonight's matchup features the 5-2 Sobrato Bulldogs visiting the 3-4 Independence 76ers. The 76ers going in their all red home jerseys tonight, red jerseys and red pants, while the Bulldogs, the visiting Bulldogs, in their white with maroon trim. And the Independence has won the toss, elected to defer, so they will be kicking off this half to Sobrato, and we're just about ready to get underway tonight on a beautiful evening for football. Our referee, Ed Batista, and umpire is Dean Whipple. Head linesman James Lewis, line judge Danny Beck, and back judge Chris Bioletto. And we're ready to go with the kickoff here for Independence. Chris Tovar will be doing the kickoff, and we're off as the ball goes down to the 10-yard line, taken by the back. And it's reversed, cuts back into the middle, and as the second deep man takes the pitch on the attempted reverse, that's number 3, TJ. No, check that. That would have been Vince Wynn, number 8, took that pitch from his fellow backman, and they will start. The Bulldogs will start at their own 26-yard line. They run a wing T offense, and Chris Bosnick is their quarterback, under center, split back, hands ball off, fakes handoff, rolls left, looking left, throws deep downfield for his receiver, number 4, Nathaniel Booker, and doesn't make the catch as the pass was just a little bit long, Ben Taylor.
Yeah, Nick Hardy there running downfield for Sobrato, and the pass from Boxnick a little underthrown and a little too far to the outside. as Hardy couldn't quite get there for the catch, but I like the play call coming out throwing here by Sobrato.
We're down 2nd down and 10. Boxnick under center, showing one back, man in motion, hands it off. Looks like number 2, Miguel Redmond, who gets the majority of these carries, and he's wrapped up after perhaps a yard to the right side with a gang tackle by the Independence 76ers.
Now, I got to see the 76ers just over a month ago, the last time this Independence team won a football game. And while they aren't big, they are quick on the defensive line. So Sobrato is going to have to use their large front of the offensive line to push them back and allow their running backs to get some running room.
Here comes the Sobrato up to the line, split back, one wide left, man in motion. Boxnick rolls right this time, looking, and gets sacked, tied up in the backfield. That's led by, looks like, number 33. The linebacker is Alexian Faguso. And quickly, it's 3rd or 4th down now, and 20 to go for the first, Ben.
Great first defensive possession for Independence there. Couldn't have asked for much more from their defense. Now their offense gets a shot to show off their skills.
And then the team's in punt formation. Sixers back at their own 40. The punt is relatively short, end over end, takes a Sobrato bounce and bounces at the 49-yard line of Sobrato, giving Independence a short field when you're coming into the game. 0-4 in the conference. You kind of like a short field starting out your first possession of the game, Ben.
Yeah, the Sixers really couldn't ask for much more here, starting at the Sobrato 49-yard line. And I see Jojo Valenzuela jogging out there with the rest of the Independence offense. And as I mentioned during the pregame, Valenzuela is somebody we will be keeping our eye on for Independence on the offensive side of the football.
Tet Tui, the quarterback, under center, 5'9", 175-pound senior for Independence. Takes a snap, fumbles a snap, gets it back, calls his own play, runs around end, gets 7 yards out of it, Ben.
Tui there making something really out of nothing, as there's almost disaster there for Independence on a botched snap. Fortunately, it didn't get too far away from Tui as he picked it up and just ran around the outside, very simple, and was able to get some great yardage on first down, setting up second and short.
Second and short from the 42 of Sobrato. Tui under center. Handoff up the middle, left side off tackle. Looks like that's Alan Anderson, number 23, very close to the first down. We'll see where the refs mark it. Actually, he's a yard short. Be 3rd and a long yard here for the Independence 76ers tonight. They're a run-heavy team, averaging over 200 yards a game. Quick offense, as you see. Tui under center, snaps the ball, dive pattern right up the middle for 5 yards. Easy first down. And looks like the ball carrier was the fullback. Check that, Alex De La Cerda.
Yeah, they gave it to an offensive lineman there in the backfield.
So had us all fooled on that one. Played their tank formation and worked out pretty well. 1st and 10, 45-yard line of Sobrato. Pitch, Valenzuela goes left, goes inside, finds room on the outside, down the right side, down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Independent Sixers.
And that's what Sobrato's got to watch out for. Jojo Valenzuela, when he gets in space, you cannot catch up to him. And Sobrato had a couple chances right at the line to make a tackle, and Valenzuela made the miss. And all of a sudden, Independence on top here early.
So yeah, that it looked like with the hurry-up offense, maybe the defense wasn't quite set, Ben, as the Sixers here will go for the extra points And the kicker is Tovar Chris, rather, for the extra point. As the teams line up for this quick touchdown with 8:32 left in the first quarter. Penalties, flags flying as the ball is snapped. Looks like somebody jumped too soon on that one. So already kind of a quick score here by the Sixers. Valenzuela making a nice run into the middle and cutting up the right side, outrunning the secondary of Sobrato, Ben.
Yeah, a very quick score, and the Sixers, this is what they need. 4-game losing streak coming in, get out to a quick start against a Sobrato team that's feeling pretty good about their season right now. And you get a quick score on the board. If you're Independence, got to be happy about that.
Snap is down. The kick is good by Tovar, and we've got a 7-0 ball game.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So as Tovar lines up the kick with 8:32 left in the first quarter, Independence winning so far 7-0 on a long touchdown run by Jojo Valenzuela on their first set of downs. The Sobrato Bulldogs will see what they can do to go to work here on offense as Tovar kicks the ball off, high, deep kick into the end zone. The backmen let it go. They'll take the ball on their own 20-yard line and see if they can't get something done on offense this time on this set of downs, where last time they managed to run their key running back, Miguel Redmond. We saw him against Willow Glen earlier this year, had a fantastic game, was our player of the game, averages over 100 yards per game. And the Bulldogs showing some good balance on offense, throwing the ball with Nick Boxnick as they come up under center. Boxnick, man in motion, fake dive, check it, dive pattern, dive play up the middle. Looks like a couple of yards, actually no gain on the play as Independence sniffed that one out.
Sobrato here struggling to get a rhythm early on. Granted, they're only on their 4th offensive play of the game. But they got to get something going here against Independence.
Under center at the 20. Hand off again. And looks like Miguel Redmond around end. Outruns a few players, knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Check it. Yes, that is Redmond up to the 29, where it'll be second and short. And that is the kind of play they're looking to get out of their offense and out of this running game, Ben.
So now on 3rd and short, this is a pretty big play for Sobrato. A 9-yard gain there on 2nd down. Got a long one to get the first.
Split back formation, Boxnick under center. Hands off up the middle. 1st down and more as the Bulldogs go for just about 5 yards on the play, starting at their own 20. And that was Miguel Redmond, their workhorse, getting the 1st down for the Bulldogs. So even on that dive pattern, Redmond is a threat just to break them, Ben, as they come up under center. This time out of the shotgun, Boxnick deep, empty backfield. Redmond takes the inside handoff, spins around, gets it back to the line of scrimmage after he's tackled by number 18 that's Carl Frost, made the tackle for Independence.
And you'll sometimes see the Sixers use Frost in the backfield as a fullback in their offensive formations. Right now, Independence is getting a major push from their defensive line. The Bulldogs have got to step up in the trenches.
At their own 33, 2nd and 10, Boxnick back. He's under rush, throws screen over the middle. Independence sniffs it out, tackled in the backfield by number 50 as Redmond takes the screen, and that time number 50, John Carrigay, the senior 5'7", 165, kind of took the wind out of Miguel Redmond's sails there, and they lost 5 yards on the play, and it's now going to be third down and about 13 for the Bulldogs, and they're again starting deep in third and long as they were last time when they had to punt it off. This time Boxnick under center, split back, takes the snap, just hands the ball off quickly to Redmond. He gets knocked around, gets about 5 yards, a little bit past the line of scrimmage, back up to the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 9, and the Bulldogs will have to punt it away again. This is their second 3 and out, Ben.
Sixers are just swarming right now to the football. They look like a confident football team, not a team that's lost 4 in a row.
Kerry Vanderbilt back for the Sixers as the punt gets away. It's punted low, out of bounds, goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of the Independent Sixers, and that is where they will start to begin this drive on this beautiful night here. 5:24 left to play in the first quarter. Independence up 7-0 on that long touchdown run by Valenzuela on their first possession. And they're going to see what they can do again here on this hurry-up scrum offense with Tet Tui under center. Valenzuela in the backfield. They line up 2 wide outs to the left. Man in motion takes the handoff, and he gets a couple of yards, knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line. That's Jojo Valenzuela. For a couple, it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Sixers.
Sobrato keeping an eye on Valenzuela this time around as Independence sent him in motion from left to right, and the Bulldogs had that one sniffed out, but still a second and manageable situation for Independence.
So the Bulldogs running a 4-3 defense, 4 down linemen, and showing 7 in the box as the handoff on the quick snap looks like it's to that time Alan Anderson, the 5'10", 200-pound senior, gets a couple of more yards up to the 48-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and short, which is the kind of down and distance you want to have on this scrum offense when you're running the ball. 3rd and short certainly plays to that advantage.
Well, and regardless of what type of offense you run, you want to have 3rd and short, and Independence has had it early on in this game. Sobrato has not.
Tui under center, hands off, tackled in the backfield before he gets to the line of scrimmage is Valenzuela. Number 7, Emmanuel Obasan with the tackle. And that'll be 4th down and 5 for the Sixers. And we'll see what they're going to do here with 4:22 left in the quarter, up 7-0. And looks like they're going to choose to punt the ball away to Sobrato. And number 15, Edward Ulmer, will go back to receive the punt. Check that. Jojo Nunn will go back for the Bulldogs. Snap taken, punt, low end over end punt. Nunn watches it, takes an Independence bounce, and it'll be down by the Sixers at the 14-yard line where Sobrato will take over. So far, Ben, with 3:41 left in the quarter, 2 3 and outs here, surprisingly, I would think, by Sobrato on offense so far this evening.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really, really having a tough time with the defensive front of Independence, and as I said during the second offensive possession for Sobrato, there's been a nice push by the Sixers front line. And even when Sobrato tried a little screen pass to try and combat that push, the Sixers sniffed it out. And so Sobrato searching for some answers here as it appears as though there's a timeout on the field or a flag.
And this ball is coming back. We have not seen a penalty flag on the play. It is against the Sixers. They will have to punt the ball over again. And Tovar Chris will go back out, as it was a legal procedure call on the Sixers. They'll have to punt it again back, and JoJo Nunn backed at his 25-yard line to take the punt from the Sixers, who are standing back at their 40. Again, another end-over-end punt. Nunn this time looks at it, continues to just let it take its bounce, and bounces all the way down to the 5-yard line. And a marvelous punt, even though they had a longer field to play with. He got extra yardage out of the punt, puts the Sobrato Bulldogs in the hole back at their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, Sobrato, I think, got bit by the right play. Of course, pinned inside their own 20. You want to make Independence kick it from 5 yards farther back. But as a result of taking the penalty, Sobrato actually moves back 10 yards when they intended to move up 10 yards.
First and 10, 5-yard line, back to pass, boxing rather round end to his backfield. That looks like number 31, Drew Glines takes the quick opener around end, gets 8 yards on the play before he's tackled out of bounds by the 76ers. So Sobrato playing some quick snaps of their own, Ben, on offense to kind of counter that timing move to show that maybe they can get the Independence a little bit off guard. With 2:48 left to play, Sobrato moving from the right to left. They're on their own 19-yard line, 2 yards for the first down. They come up under center. This time Boxnick has a full backfield, and this time Redmond looks like he takes the handoff. Gang tackled at about the 15-yard line. Doesn't look like he got much of a gain. Depends on the spot. Maybe a half a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs from their own 15. And this Independence defense has been sniffing out the run all first quarter thus far on this third possession by Sobrato in this ballgame.
Yeah, Nick Borrello, the head coach for Sobrato, I like what he did on the first down call, getting the play outside the tackles, and that seemed to work well for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they go back to that here on 3rd and short.
Boxing under snap, 2 men backfield, quick handoff, the opener up the middle. Running back taking 5 tacklers of Independence with him up to the 27-yard line for the first down. And that looks like Miguel Redmond. Redmond, we know, who has outstanding speed on the perimeter. We saw his power up the middle, off tackle, and he's the workhorse here tonight for the Bulldogs, as he's been all season.
Yeah, Redmond coming into tonight's game averaging just under 120 yards per game for the Bulldogs.
1st and 10, 27-yard line. Sobrato, man in motion, fake, inside handoff, goes around end, down to the 45, up to the 50-yard line goes number 31, Drew Glines, out to the 50-yard line for a big first down for the Bulldogs.
And Sobrato,
and looks like there's a flag on the field, and that one's going to come back, Ben.
Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, that one's going to come back. It was an inside handoff that Glines, a very nice run, bounced to the outside. Again, getting the running backs outside of the tackles, I think, is going to be key for Sobrato in getting their offense moving. But here, instead of being a new set of downs at the 50, it's going to be 1st and about 20 from inside their own 25.
So the penalty puts Sobrato back in the hole from their 23. There is a timeout on the field. Clock stop, 1:09 left in the first quarter. 7-0. Advantage for the Independent Sixers as Sobrato comes back up to the line of scrimmage. Boxnick under center, split back, fakes handoff, pumps once, throws long, finds it, sees his receiver, finds him, catches Redmond out of bounds at the 47-yard line. First down for the Bulldogs into Independence territory, and it looks like they just got that one back in 2 plays, Ben.
They certainly did, and I was waiting to see when Sobrato was going to try and air it out again. They'd been trying fairly unsuccessfully on the ground, just run after run after run. And right there, they open it up, go deep down the sideline, and Boxnick found Redmond wide open, and they're into Sixer territory.
As they come back up the line of scrimmage, showing split back, man in motion, Redmond gets a handoff, up the middle, fumbles the ball, picked up by the Sixers. Number 6, the lineman comes down the field, and he's tackled by Boxnick on a touchdown-saving tackle at the 24-yard line. Norrell Booker picks up the fumble from Redmond and changes this ball game around in the first quarter with 51 seconds left, as the Sixers will have the ball at the 24-yard line of Sobrato.
For the first time in this game, the Bulldogs had some mojo going on offense, and the fumble there by Redmond, just a bad transfer between Boxnick and Redmond, and the Sixers are knocking on the doorstep of another touchdown.
Teto under center, man in motion, back to pass, looking deep, throws deep, sees his man, too far for number 9, Bassi Morse, his wide receiver, their first pass of the game, and it looks like there's a flag on the play. It's a hold, and it's going to go against the Sixers, as that will take them back from what was the 24-yard line of Sobrato, another 15 yards, and it's actually 15 yards from the point of infraction, Ben, and that's going to take it rather 10 yards from the point of infraction, which was the 30 in the backfield. Will take it back to the 40-yard line, where it'll be, again, a second down now, first down for the Sixers as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Tui under center, 2 wing backs, man in motion, takes the handoff, stumbles in the backfield is Kari Vanderbilt and loses 5 yards. He's a little slow getting up and looks like he might have tripped over his own man, Ben.
Yeah, Sixers going in the wrong direction here, and fast, as it's now 2nd and 30 from the 44-yard line. Yes, the Sixers need to get to the 14 for a first down.
So the Bulldogs catch a break after the fumble return by the Sixers, and it's now at their Bulldog 44-yard line as Tui under center with 1 man in the backfield, rolls out right, looks right, throws out, pass right through the hands of number 20, Jojo Valenzuela down the sideline. It was actually a bit high for him. A nice call trying to get into Valenzuela's hand down at about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Valenzuela not a very tall guy. That pass was to the right spot, but just too high from the outstretched hands of Jojo Valenzuela. And I think there's a timeout on the field called by Independence.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter as these teams will switch possessions here, and an unlikely beginning to this ball game.
Very unlikely beginning, as Independence going to take the football over here and try to get at least into field goal territory here for their place kicker, Chris Tovar. But during this break, do want to remind listeners that PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports. PlayOn Sports, PlayOnSports.com.
So when play resumes here in the second quarter, the Sixers will take it from the Sobrato 44, which is about 20 yards from where they had it when they began this drive, as it is now a third down and about 30, down to about the 15 they need to get for the first down. Tui under center, one man in the backfield, facing a 4-3 defense. Tui goes back 10 yards, throws down over the middle. Passes caught but dropped by the receiver, number 49 that time. Curry Vanderbilt, number 10, on a bit of a low throw from Tet Tui that time, and that's going to make it fourth down for the Sixers, and it looks like the punting unit will come onto the field.
Good pass there by Tet Tui. Hit Vanderbilt right in the numbers, and it was a good play call, as it would have resulted in the 76ers being inside the 30, maybe try it on fourth down, but now it's a no-brainer. 4th and 30, you got to punt it away and try and pin Sobrato back in their own end zone.
And Chris Tovar in for the punt, taking a punt from about his 45-yard line down to actually punts out of bounds. Not a good punt here by Tovar. He won't be happy with that. The Bulldogs will take it from about their own 31. They could have pinned the Bulldogs back in their own territory, as he's done a couple of times tonight here, Ben. But this time, Bulldogs will get a little bit of a better start from their own 32.
Yeah, really not a very good punt there from Tovar, as the net result is less than 10 yards. So that's certainly not what you want to see if you're the 76ers, especially after that big fumble recovery.
1st and 10, 32-yard line for the Bulldogs. Takes it. Buxton takes, as he took the shotgun snap, he made the quick handoff, and the back, Anthony, or rather, the back was tackled in the backfield for a 4-yard loss before he ever got up to that line of scrimmage. And Independence continued to stunning up the line, getting through, breaking through, as they lead 7-0 in this ball game. And it'll be second down and 14 from the 20-yard line. Boxnick back in the shotgun. Goes back to pass. Inside, handoff to Nunn. Catches the ball into the middle. Tackled at about his own 39-yard line. And number 23 for Alan Anderson for Independence makes the tackle. And that'll bring it to 3rd and 3 here for the Bulldogs, as they're starting to find some room in the passing lanes. If you just joined us, it's 7-0 Independence with 10:35 left in the second quarter. Sobrato moving from left to right. Boxnick now under center, split back. Man in motion, hands off, Redmond up the middle, hits a brick wall, bounces off, gets tied up, and is tackled, led by Nathaniel Booker, and looks like he's not going to have much of a gain there, Ben.
Definitely did not get the first down, and you gotta question the play call there by the Bulldogs. They've been having success going to the outside, and they're trying to force feed Redmond up the middle, and it's not working. The Sixers have that area covered, and I think Sobrato's going to be forced to punt again.
So on 4th down, they're going to give up the ball. 3 and out, unfortunately. The penalty or the tackle in the backfield has hurt them, as punter will come in and punt from about his own 26-yard line. And back for the Sixers is Curry Vanderbilt, as he takes a few steps up, waiting at the 30-yard line. Soccer-style punt. Nice, long, high punt. Vanderbilt back, takes it at his 22. Runs up the middle, avoids one receiver. Back up the sideline, tackled at about the 40 by number 12, Trevon, or rather, that time Trevon Wood. No, check it. Travis Lavelle for the Sobrato Bulldogs, where the Sixers will go to work.
That's the best punt the Bulldogs have had in the first half. But Vanderbilt, again, giving the Sixers pretty good field position to start here, and I certainly think it would behoove Independence to get into the end zone, get a 2-touchdown lead, because at some point you have to expect Sobrato to figure things out offensively.
Christian Ricet takes the ball, takes the play into the huddle, and it's a quick snap back to Valenzuela by Tui, and Valenzuela looks like he gets about a yard, maybe a little bit more before he's tackled. Looks like by number 7, Zach Zhang, the linebacker for the Bulldogs, for a gain of about 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 41.
And again, Independence, you're going to continue to see a lot of these runs. They're not a big play type of team unless they break one big with Valenzuela or Anderson from the backfield.
Tui under center, coming to you live from Independence High School. Handoff inside, and he looks like he gets about 3 yards. Christian Ricet. Alan Anderson, rather, gets the pitch, and it'll be for about 4 yards. It'll be now 3rd and 6 for the Sixers as they come up under line, split back, full backfield, double reverse, inside handoff for the first down as Valenzuela took the reverse on the inside and ran it round end, got past the defenders down to the 48-yard line of Sobrato. 1st and 10 for Independence.
Yeah, Alan Anderson was the man who reversed the ball to Jojo Valenzuela, and I mean, you can't fault Sobrato for falling for the trickery there from Independence, but a very nice play call by Norm Brown.
Tui under center, 1st and 10, 48-yard line, quick opener to number 18, Carl Frost. Takes the handoff over the right side and gets kind of a nice gain of about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down from the 44-yard line for the Independence 76ers with 7:26 left in the second quarter. The Independence Sixers up 7-0. They're just as happy to try to take some time on this drive and get that ball back in the second half, won't they, Ben?
Yeah, it's certainly the case. They won the coin toss and deferred, so they take more time off the clock here, and we'll get the ball to start the second half.
Tui under center. Man in motion, Valenzuela takes the handoff, goes around left side, finds a big hole down to the 35-yard line, 34 before he's gang tackled by a horde of Bulldogs, and where play will stop before he's tackled, but it'll be a 1st down for the Sixers, as that time he took that pitch coming in motion, and the Sixers throwing a little wrinkle. Some misdirection plays here at Sobrato, getting their key playmaker, Jojo Valenzuela, some room and open space as they've now got the ball at about the 34.5-yard line. 1st and 10. They move right to left in their all red uniforms with 6:35 left in the half. Quick snap over middle. Running back Anderson takes it, gets a couple before he's tackled by a horde of tacklers led by number 4, once again, Nick Hardy for the Sobrato Bulldogs.
Sobrato needs a stop here and force Independence into a difficult decision in whether or not to go for it on 4th down. But the Sixers having a lot of success on this drive on the ground with a few of those misdirection plays like you talked about, Fred.
Playing from the left hash mark. They come up the ball, 2nd and 6. Tui under center. A deep man is Valenzuela. Takes the snap, pitch right. Anderson cuts right, cuts left, back into the inside. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage as he wasn't finding any room out on the right. And he's tackled there. Zach Zhang is in there again. Hardy is in there again for Sobrato, along with big number 78 for the Bulldogs. 77 rather, David Granado. And that's going to make it 3rd and 6 as no gain on the play. As they get back under center, this is a quick huddle offense, the scrum offense. And Coach Brown wants to call time, talk this one over at 3rd and 6 from the 31-yard line of Sobrato.
You know, and I want to go back to that last play call, the pitch back to Alan Anderson. And I got to give accolades to the Sobrato defensive unit, as prior to the snap, the entire offensive line, except for one offensive lineman, was rotated over to the right. So Sobrato very clearly saw the play, was going to go to the right side, and sniffed it out. And if you're Independence, you can't telegraph your plays that clearly, as it's pretty much a given that the Sixers are going to run the football, and so you can't tell the defense where you're going as well. So a nice job defensively, but if you're Independence, you got to do a better job of disguising your offensive plays.
And they're using the element of some misdirection, some reverses here thus far. Keep that defense off balance for Sobrato. When all you do is run, those are the types of things you have to do to get it to your playmakers, as they're back out in the field now, ready to start. 5:10 left till halftime. Tui under center. Takes a snap. Looks left. Screen left. Back to the receiver. Thrown, tackled down at the 31-yard line. Nice gain by Kerry Vanderbilt, who's been the receiver of choice here tonight for the Sixers. And that'll be enough for a first down for the 76ers. And the clock will stop to move the chains. 5:03 left. Ball on the 21-yard line of the Bulldogs.
When Independence does choose to throw the football, Vanderbilt is the guy they like to go to most often, averaging 37 yards per game.
Split back, fumble the snap. Tui picks it back up. Play's called dead at the 22-yard line, and looks like the Sixers dodged a bullet as they'll retain possession. Lose a couple of yards on the play, but more importantly, keep the ball. That's the second time he's fumbled that snap here tonight. Looking like he's about to run right on an option pattern and lost control, but they still keep possession, and it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 22.
Very quick whistle there, I think, helped Independence retain possession, as the referees didn't really allow for a pile-up or anything, as the Sixers dodge a bullet, that's for sure.
2nd down, Tui under center, split back, fades back to pass, looks left, finds number 10 Vanderbilt in the end zone all alone for the touchdown. Sixers.
Boy, Kari Vanderbilt wide open in the corner of the end zone. Not exactly sure what happened to the secondary there for the Bulldogs. It looks like the corner who was on Vanderbilt was Miguel Redmond. And I don't know if Redmond thought the safety was going to come over and provide some support or what. But whatever it was supposed to happen, it didn't. And Vanderbilt was wide open. Tui delivered the pass where it needed to go. And it is going to be a 2-touchdown lead for Independence.
As Tovar is on, or Chris on for the extra point. Kick is down, ball's down, kick is up, kick is good. And we have a 14-0 ball game. 3:59 left in the second quarter as the Sixers take the lead on that pass reception, 23-yard pass reception. And it looked like on that play, as we go back to look at that one, Ben, shows when your ground game is working, you can go up top quite easily, confuse that defense a little bit more, and he throws to his go-to guy, Vanderbilt.
He certainly did, and it wasn't even like it was a play-action pass. It was just a straight drop back from Tui, a 5-step drop, and he put it right where it needed to be. A breakdown on the Bulldog defense. Got to give credit to the Sixers for taking advantage, and they're up by 2 touchdowns.
And Tovar Chris will have the kickoff duties here with 3:59 left. Independence in the red uniforms going from your right to left. Bulldogs in the white uniforms, maroon trim, Nice long kickoff. Redmond takes it at the goal line and looks like was a bit in the end zone. He's going to down it, and Sobrato will have it at their own 20.
Sobrato now has just under 4 minutes to get their offense in gear and put some kind of points on the board before going into the locker room. They know right now that Independence gets the football regardless to start the second half. And I know the Bulldogs are 3-1 in league play, and they probably are very confident in their abilities. But with the way their offense has not been able to put plays up, I can't imagine they want to fall much farther behind than 2 touchdowns.
Not at all, and as the first pass is incomplete over the middle, out the intended receiver was Isaiah Hardy. And with 3:55 left, we might see the ball come up as they'll take it again, 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. As the Bulldogs come out, Boxnick under center, split back, quick snap, handoff, up the middle. Looks like Redmond bulls his way out to the 31-yard line for the Bulldogs, taking a few players with him. In the process, that'll be 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Bulldogs.
Best run for Redmond in the first half right there as he moves the chains on a 12-yard rush. And Sobrato needs more of that to put some points up.
This time, Boxing under center. Redmond lined up wide right. Rolls out, looking upfield. Gets into some trouble and tackled in the backfield, sacked by number 57 for the Sixers, Maurice Ross. The 5'11", 220-pound junior sacks him as the Sixers really smelled that one out, knowing the Bulldogs are going to go long, try to get a score in before halftime with a long field back from their own 24, Ben.
There's a lot of barking going on right now in the huddle for Sobrato. I think the offense getting very frustrated with their inadequacies here in the first half.
Boxnick now back under center. And another dive pattern up the middle to Redmond, and that really seems to be their best opportunity of those dive patterns to get those runs up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like after the play, Nick Hardy and Brian Borromeo had a little extracurricular activity over here near the Independence sideline. No flags were thrown, but both of them were wrestling with each other well after the whistle on the ground.
But it's still 3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs as they quickly run up to the line of scrimmage. Boxnick in the shotgun. Takes the quick snap, fades back, looks left, runs left, continues to run left, and before he's sacked in the backfield by number 6, Dorrell Booker for the Sixers, back at the 20-yard line of the Bulldogs.
I got to tell you, Fred, Independence does not look like a team that has lost 4 straight and is 0-4 in league play. We don't have the stats in front of us right now, but I would be surprised if Sobrato has positive net yardage here for the first half. Their offense just does not have anything going right now against an Independence defense that is swarming to the football.
And it'll be 4th down. Sobrato will punt the ball away with 1:47 left till the half.
And the Sixers did call a timeout there after they brought down Boxnick inbounds. So Independence is going to have 1 timeout to work with here.
So Sobrato will punt it away from back around their 10 as Jojo Valenzuela is back at his own 40-yard line to take the punt, to receive the punt. Waiting for the snap is the punter for Sobrato. It's a low snap. He still handles it. Soccer-style punt, end over end, high one. Fair catch called by the up man at the 49-yard line. That would be Kari Vanderbilt for the Sixers. So with 1:40 left until half, the Sixers will go to work, try to get something else on the board, find another way to surprise these Bulldogs here tonight in the second quarter, Ben.
Yeah, Sobrato really is going to try and lean on their defense here. Defense needs to come up with a big stop, keep Independence off the scoreboard, because if the Sixers score here, go up either 17-0 or 21-0, they again get the football to start the second half.
Tui under center, handoff to the backfield, the fullback rumbles his way up to the 49-yard line, and that looks like Carl Frost with a 2-yard gain. No huddle offense. Tui in the shotgun with 3 wideouts, man in motion inside. That's Valenzuela on left side. Tui throws right, screen pass. Looks like no room for the receiver. Check it, Valenzuela took the screen pass. Nothing going there as they lost a few yards back to the 49-yard line with 1 minute and 8 left. Clock ticking, 3rd and 10 for the Sixers as Tet Tui's over the sideline having a meeting with his coach, letting that clock tick down. They haven't called the timeout. They're just willing to let this play clock tick down. They know they get the ball back second half. They're going to be conservative as he runs back onto the field. Brings the play in from Coach Brown. Out of the shotgun, 1 up man, and whistles are blown. Looks like a timeout being called by the Bulldogs, as that is rather Independence calls their timeout. 3rd and final timeout of the half. They're going to talk this one over. They don't want a turnover here at midfield or anything bad to happen before this half, while they can take the momentum into the half, as Coach Brown is now out having a meeting with his line. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion up front that Coach Brown is attempting to straighten out, as they're going to have the ball from their own 49-yard line here with 35 seconds left in the half, Ben.
I want to go back to that last play before the timeout. Jojo Valenzuela getting the screen pass, and they clearly just wanted to give Valenzuela some space to try and make a play, and Sobrato's DBs were right there to make the tackle, and kudos goes to them for shutting down Valenzuela before he got his motor going.
As the players are back out on the field, 35 seconds left, 3rd and 10 from their own 49, going right to left. Tui in the shotgun. 1 man back, takes the snap, fades back, looks downfield, throws it up into double coverage, but Vanderbilt makes the catch at the 22, still isn't tackled, as a host of Bulldogs struggle to bring him down back at the 23-yard line of the Bulldogs with 24 seconds left to go in the half. Players running down the field. Tui takes the snap. No timeouts remaining for Independence as both teams try to get onside. Tui under center, calling an audible. Ready to take the snap. West fumbles the snap, but then he picks it back up, ditches the ball. That will stop the clock at 20 seconds left in the half, and that's the 3rd fumbled snap, Ben, thus far in the game.
Yeah, and Tet Tui, that ball was fumbled, so he can't pick that ball up and throw it into the ground. That's going to be, I believe, intentional grounding on Independence. As the flag is thrown, we'll have to see. I know it's a penalty on the 76ers. It is, in fact, intentional grounding. Tet Tui took way too much time up there at the line. And then, again, the snap's fumbled. I don't know if there's somebody different under center tonight or what. But if there's one thing that Coach Brown has to talk about at halftime, it's the snap between the center and the quarterback. It's shooting Independence in the foot.
So that'll bring the ball back to the 25 in an unusual circumstance of a fumbled snap and a grounded ball by a quarterback in one play, as this time he comes out in the shotgun. Valenzuela in motion to his left. Stops, comes back to center. Tui back to pass, looking deep. Pass rush is sacked by number 66 for the Bulldogs. Blake Porzio made the sack, and that was a key sack as he was looking left downfield again for Vanderbilt, Ben.
He certainly was, and Vanderbilt ran the wrong route.
And that will do it for half as the Bulldogs trail Independence here 14-0 at half. And this, with this type of score being shut out at halftime, don't go away. We're going to be back here in a few moments with the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. It's Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Welcome to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show, coming to you from Independence High School in San Jose, California. I'm Fred Landis, alongside Ben Taylor. Our halftime score is Independence 14 and Sobrato nothing. So this first half, rather unlikely, Ben Taylor, as the Sixers have jumped out to a 14-0 lead, and the Bulldogs really have had a difficult time getting something going here on offense and don't seem to be ready for that defense, for that scrum offense by the Sixers.
Yeah, Sobrato has got to go back to the drawing board. And here during the break, I know you and I were talking about how the Bulldogs just seem flat. And during pregame, you mentioned, how are they going to keep from looking past Independence? And it appears, at least in the first half, that they've not only looked past them, they've overlooked them completely, as they are in for a very difficult second half, down 14-0, and the Sixers start with the football. So it's very possible that by the time Sobrato gets the football in the second half, they could be down by 3 touchdowns, and that is certainly something that's going to be hard for them to come back from.
So what do you do? What sort of second half adjustments if you're Coach Borrello, who is in the hole here on a team that he didn't expect to be? He's had his main running back, Redmond, had a couple of nice runs up the middle, but mainly stopped on the perimeter, whereas he utilizes his advantage. What do you do for halftime adjustments?
Well, I think your first halftime adjustment is to walk around and hit each of your players on the head and say, wake up. I mean, 14-0 against Independence is inexcusable for the Bulldogs. So I think that's first and foremost, to just wake guys up and say, look, you're better than this. You're not playing your brand of football. And then second of all, you got to mix up the play calling a little bit. You talk about getting out on the perimeter. You got to try and force that running game outside, because if they were having success in the first half, that's where it was. Mix up that play calling, try to go the air a few times. They had that nice play down the sideline. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, as the very next play they fumbled the football. But, Sobrato has the weapons to come back. They just have to play solid football, and they just didn't in that first half.
And if you're the Sixers, you keep going on the same thing, running that scrum offense, keeping the Bulldogs off balance on defense like they've been doing. And, of course, there's that one little correction they need to make, that it would be under center.
Absolutely. 3 fumbles for the Sixers in that first half. None of them they lost, but at some point, you're playing with fire. So I can't imagine that Coach Brown is very happy about that. And then one thing we didn't quite get to touch on towards the end of that first half was the fact that on the last play, Coach Brown wanted Kari Vanderbilt to run a slant into the center of the field. He ran a post route towards the corner of the end zone, and Tet Tui ended up being sacked in the backfield. And Coach Brown was all over Kahari Vanderbilt to end the half. So I expect Vanderbilt to come out with a little extra fire in his belly in the second half.
I would bet so. So that's going to do it for our halftime Play on Sports halftime show. Friday Night Football will return in just a minute with the start of the second half, right here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. You're watching Play On Sports presentation of Friday Night Football live from San Jose, California. I'm Fred Landis with Ben Taylor as the Independent Sixers lead the Sobrato Bulldogs 14-0 as we get ready to start the second half of action. In the first half, it was all Sixers as Jojo Valenzuela took a handoff, rumbled 42 yards in the first set of downs for a touchdown, and the second touchdown on a 23-yard pass from Tet Tui to his favorite wide receiver, Kari Vanderbilt, for the score. Both extra points were good, making it 14-0, and about the only thing that Coach Brown would have to complain about is 3 fumbled snaps under center, all of which they've recovered, Ben.
That's exactly right, and Independent's going to start with a football here as they won the coin toss but deferred to start the game. And it looks like we have a new back there to receive the kick as Anthony Reclusado has joined Alan Anderson.
And it's a pooch kick as the up man, Kari Vanderbilt, takes it down the sideline, gets a little bit of yardage out to the 49-yard line as he took it from about his own 33, and it appeared that the Bulldogs knew something, or the Sixers knew something seemed to be up, as the Coach Brown is now out in the field talking with one of the umpires, the side judge, and is wondering what the heck has gone on here as he yells a few instructions to his sidelines, and looks like it might have been an offsides play as that ball is coming back, rather a personal foul on the play. And we'll try to get the player for you, but that will put the Sixers back in the hole at their own 25.
Personal foul was called on Nate Booker for Independence. Coach Brown screaming at Booker, and now Coach Brown has his arm around him. But that penalty hurts as they're back inside their own 30 to start.
Tui pitches off Valenzuela round end, gets a nice gain out to the 34-yard line. And looks like it could be a first down for the Sixers on the quick opener.
Penalty on the play, though, Fred, as illegal motion called. That's going to push Independence back.
So 2 plays, 2 penalties for the Sixers. We'll bring this one back, make it 1st and 15 from the 20 after what was a nice gain around end that appeared to take the Bulldogs a bit off guard.
And in the game I called a little over a month ago for Independence, penalties were a problem for them. They had 3 touchdowns called back because of infractions.
Now Tui under center, throws the screen out to Vanderbilt, right side, fumbles the ball, gets it back, fumbled it in the air as he gets tackled and driven back to his own 4-yard line, but his reverse momentum will stop him at about we'll see where that play ends up. But he actually caught the pass, Ben, and fumbled it in the air, caught his own fumble in the air, and a most unusual fumble. Maybe he wasn't comfortable with that catch, but that'll take him back to the 11-yard line where it's going to be about 1st and 25 for the Sixers, gone in the wrong direction.
And it looks like Vanderbilt was shaken up on the plays. He comes out holding, or favoring, I should say, his right shoulder. And that's a big weapon that Independence loses here on 2nd and a mile.
He's their chief pass receiver as the Sixers come up to the line. Tui under center. Pitches back, Valenzuela left side, gets around first defender, goes around the second, down the left side, goes down the right side, knocked out of bounds by the safety, number 11. That is for Sobrato. Travis Level saved the touchdown at about the 40-yard line for the Bulldogs as we saw Valenzuela's speed around end.
he completely erased that second and over 20-yard situation. New set of downs for the Sixers, and that's what an explosive playmaker can do for you. JoJo Valenzuela showing off his speed.
And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line for the Sixers. Dive play up the middle to the fullback for a couple of yards and a cloud of dust. A tackle made by number 58, Vincent Fanua. And looks like the man who made the run was Carl Frost. 2nd down, 10. Pitch back. Valenzuela takes it into the middle, into the outside, and he gets back up to about the 45-yard line. Check that. That was 23 Allen Anderson with the pitch for a nice gain for the Sixers, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Allen Anderson and JoJo Valenzuela, a nice two-headed monster in the backfield for Independence. And with a lead, the Sixers can just afford to do this. Just chip away, run the football, move the chains. And if Sobrato can't stop them, the Bulldogs are in for a long second half.
Anderson comes out of the game. Timeout, Independence. And Coach Brown wants to talk this one over before things go too much further.
Yeah, Coach Brown visibly upset with the past few plays. So something's going on with the referees that Coach Brown cannot understand. And he called this timeout literally just to go talk to the head referee, Ed Bautista. He's not even talking to his team. He's just right in the face of Bautista right now. I don't think I've seen this yet this year.
Well, rarely do you call a timeout just to have a meeting with the officials, Ben. But apparently he's not comfortable with what happened on the far sideline in this early series of downs. And now he's gone into his team's huddle to talk to his team, get them straightened out, get them on the ball. Where it is 3rd and 4, calls the play for him for the Sixers. Tui under center and takes it himself, trying to get a yard or two. And at 5'9", 175, you're not going to get much, where it'll be 4th down for the Sixers.
So it'll be 4th down and about 4. And it looks like Coach Brown's going to keep his offense out there.
Yeah, he wants to go for this. He has confidence in this running game. Maybe taking the Sobrato coaching staff a bit by surprise. Coach Borello calling the defensive play from the sideline. Tui now under center. Split back formation. Pitch back, Valenzuela left. Tackled in the backfield by the linebacker that time on a nice play. Number 23. That's Andrew Mesa for the Bulldogs as they'll take over in a big momentum shifter back at the 41-yard line of the Sixers. They've had great success running over that left side, but that time the Bulldogs shot the gap, made the tackle, and it's their ball as they take over in the 41, going from right to left with Boxnick now under center with a split backfield. He hands it off to Glines. Glines over the right side. Glines gets about 5, stumbles down to the 36-yard line for the Bulldogs, where it'll be 2nd and 5 in a big turn event, giving the Bulldogs a short field.
I cannot understand why Coach Brown for the Sixers decided to go for that there. I mean, yeah, you have a 14-0 lead, but it's only 2 touchdowns.
2nd down, 5 yards ago, split back. This time goes inside, and the back is Miguel Redmond that time. Just pops over, gets a couple of yards, if any. And it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs as they try to get it to their big play back to get back in this game and get a score on the board here. while they've got a little bit of momentum. Early in this second half, 7:25 left to go, third quarter, split back. Boxnick under center, fakes handoff, back to pass, steps in the pocket. All alone is number 4 for the pass catch, Nick Hardy for the touchdown, Sobrato Bulldogs.
Now the momentum has swung entirely over to the Sobrato sideline. And I know Coach Brown has got his headset off, jumping up and down and yelling. And I got to go back to that fourth down call. Punt the ball away, Coach, and pin Sobrato back, at least in their own territory.
So in for the extra points. And it's blocked, as it'll be a 14-6 ball game, as looks like number 12 for Independence came through, made the block. Trevon Wood blocked the extra point of the kicker, Jose Martin Mendoza. And but nonetheless, Sobrato on the board, as they now will kick it off to the Sixers.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
7:14 left in this third quarter. Sobrato Bulldogs on the board with the long scoring pass to Hardy from Boxnick, as Mendoza will kick off from his 40. It's a deep ball back. Anderson takes it from his own 10. Goes up the middle, looks for some running room, doesn't find much. Check that, it's not Anderson. That's number 24, Isaac Averes Alba, as he gets back up to the 29-yard line, where the Sixers will start with their offense. 1st and 10, 7:06 left in the third quarter. Going left to right in all red are the Independence 76ers against the Sobrato Bulldogs in white with a maroon trim. And Tet Toei under center flips it back to the, looks like number 23. That'd be Alan Anderson up for a couple of yards on the first down run. That'll make it 2nd and 8 from the 32-yard line of the right hash mark.
And Independence can no longer just sit back and run the football and try to run this clock out, as Sobrato right back in this thing. And again, even on a running play, Gary Vanderbilt, his right shoulder is clearly giving him problems.
Tui back under center, split back. Timeout on the play. Refs blow their whistles. And it looks like the 76ers will call their second timeout of this half. And that could be very key with 6:26 left in the third quarter. Calls his second timeout, Ben. And in a close game, you need your timeouts going down to the wire. Bulldogs haven't called any this half. That'll leave them with one. And apparently there's still a little bit of confusion in the offensive huddle. Coach Brown wanting to talk it over.
Yeah, 2nd and 8. You've already used one timeout here in the second half. I mean, I can understand why Coach Brown, maybe he didn't have his play call correct or what, but that timeout could loom very large here as we tick towards the end of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter.
Well, players now coming back onto the field. We'll see what the call is, what the consequence was of that timeout later this game. But now Tet Tui in the shotgun. Valenzuela in motion, takes a handoff, goes around left end, gets past, doesn't get past number 8. Vince Wynn makes a marvelous tackle at the 30-yard line, back at the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 here for the Sixers. And it appears as though the Bulldogs have made some second half adjustments, not letting that corner be taken by Valenzuela.
Yeah, complete role reversal here from the first half to the early stages of the second half. Sobrato looks like the hungry team now, swarming to the football, not allowing the 76ers playmakers to get going.
3rd and 9. Tui in the shotgun. Passing situation. One man back. Valenzuela out wide left. Takes the snap. Looking left. Rolling right. Running center. Now running right. Gets tackled in the backfield. Back at the 26-yard line. Where it'll be 4th down. And Tui looks down, shaking up on the play, Ben.
He looks like he's holding his right leg, or right ankle even, as he is really in some pain there at the 25-yard line.
Trainer's taking a look at the situation now, not wanting to move, and could have been just turned that ankle on the snap.
This break gives me some time to mention that PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information, plus links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
And during the break, the trainers taking Tet Tui off the field, clearly favoring that right leg, and appears as though he turned that left foot badly as the Sixers are in for punt formation, as Tovar Chris back now to take the snap as he gets off a good end-over-end punt, as drives the return man back, but he doesn't take the ball, as number 15, Jojo Nunn, watches it roll out of bounds at the 40-yard line for Sobrato. Check it, 35-yard line of Sobrato, leaving them in relatively good field position. But the real concern Coach Brown's got to have here with Independence is a couple of injuries to 2 key players, his quarterback and his wide receiver, Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and at least Vanderbilt's standing on the sideline talking to Coach Brown right now. Tui getting that ankle looked pretty closely.
1st and 10, handoff in the middle, stopped in the backfield by the defensive front of Independence, but he breaks away a bit more. Looks like no gain on the play by Drew Glines as he tries to go for the dive, the fullback dive pattern. Will be 2nd and 10. That front, Independence front right at nose tackle and guard. Ben doing the job here tonight on the Bulldogs as the Bulldogs come back up the line, split back, fake handoff. Goes back to Glines over the right side. He just gets a couple of more yards out to perhaps the 37-yard line. And Sixers claiming they've got the ball, but perhaps that play was dead. And it's not to be for the Sixers, as it'll be 3rd and 9. Know that the play is reversed. It's Sixers ball on the 36-yard line of the Bulldogs, 1st and 10.
So now here's something interesting. Tet Tui is still being tended to over on the sideline, and there is no indication that he is going to be available here for this offensive series. And we'll have to see what number Coach Brown calls, as it appears as though Jojo Valenzuela, at least here on the first play, is going to take a direct snap. And this is going to be interesting because we know Alex De La Cerda, the center, has had trouble snapping the ball.
Snap back, you're right, pitch back to 23, Anderson, and he gets it in the middle, he down the sideline. He's got one man to beat down at the corner, but he's knocked out of bounds just at the goal line, and it'll be down at the 1-yard line where Jojo Nunn knocked him out. Check it, Miguel Redmond made the touchdown saving tackle at the 1 on Valenzuela, or rather Anderson, on the snap under center that time by Valenzuela, doing a nice job taking the snap, pitching it back. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 1. Valenzuela again under center, single backfield, takes it himself, doesn't get anywhere, runs into the brick wall and is tackled, might even lose a yard back to the 2-yard line with 3:28 left in this third quarter. A quick turn of events with the Sixers losing their quarterback, but their star running back Valenzuela taking snaps under center, as now he comes over to the sideline to take the play instruction from Coach Brown. We'll see what they do now on 2nd and goal from the 2, Ben.
Yeah, Jojo Valenzuela, that's the advantage of having senior leadership. Valenzuela playing here in his senior night. Not sure how many snaps he's taken under center here this year or even in his high school career. But, you know, a senior stepping up when Coach Brown needs him most. And this would be a huge score for the Sixers.
And looks like delay of game this time on the Sixers, taking a little bit too much time talking over that play. Coach couldn't afford that extra timeout. He's only got one left, Ben. So they take the delay of game. That'll move it back to the 7. 2nd and goal from the 7 for the Sixers. Valenzuela under center. Mark Salazar back as the pitch goes to 23. Anderson around left side looking for some room inside. Gets tackled down by the goal line. And it'll be 3rd now and goal from the 1.
He might even be inside the 1. So now Coach Brown, I'm sure, is going to ask his offensive front to get some kind of push so that Valenzuela can try and dive over the top.
The ball looks like it's at the 2 as Valenzuela under center, Salazar in back. Man in motion. It fumbled the snap, picks it back up, runs to the left, runs back over the left, almost out of bounds as he's gang tackled, going backwards, and he's tackled back at that 27-yard line as the fumbled snap for the 4th time tonight burns the Sixers. This time they didn't lose possession, but it cost them 15 yards, and it's going to be 4th and goal from the Sobrato 26 as they bring on the field goal team. Tovar Chris comes in, and Anthony Reclusado will hold for him for the field goal from the 23-yard line, left hash mark. And on a big play, snap is down, kick is up, looks long enough, and the kick is good for the Sixers. So they salvage a score with the field goal, Ben, on a most unlikely of occurrence. Ball is at the 1, and they get knocked back, and then the fumbled snap, but Valenzuela recovers. They end up putting 3 on the board for a 17-6 score with 1:14 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, right there, Tovar Chris bails out the Sixers as they were about to waste a golden opportunity. And you got to tip your hat to Chris for putting it through the uprights. Jojo Valenzuela should have just fallen when he picked up the football on that fumble, because as a result of running backwards, he lost those 15 yards. But as it stands, 17-6, and Independence with a little more breathing room once again.
So Chris will kick it off to the deep Ben Redmond, and Nunn takes the ball back at the 11-yard line, fakes the reverse, takes it himself up to the sideline, takes it down the sideline, and looks like one man to catch. He's going to beat the kicker, and he's going to take it down for the score on the kickoff return. Calvin Tipton fakes the reverse to Redmond, takes it up the right sideline instead for the touchdown on a big special teams play. Kickoff return, no flags on the field.
Until now.
However,
there was a flag just thrown, as I assume it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct celebration penalty because it was thrown so late. But who knows?
it would appear to be a personal foul on the Sixers, declined by Sobrato, and it'll be a touchdown. So the penalty was on the Sixers as they are back in this ball game with 12 points on the board as the extra point team. Mendoza comes in to try the point after. Wow.
Coach Brown is livid, of course, as he comes jogging out onto the field. And it looks like there might be another injury here for Independence, as can't quite see a number yet.
Player gets up on his own.
Looks like it's number 2, Jules Lara, who was shaken up. And Coach Brown, who went out to check on Lara, really didn't talk to his player at all. Just, again, went right up to Ed Bautista and started having a conversation with him.
The coach seemed more interested in straightening things out with the officials than his injured player. But Lara gets up off the field himself. 59 seconds here left in the third quarter. The extra point team for the Bulldogs comes back on the field.
And I wouldn't be surprised here at all if Sobrato tries to go for 2, make this a field goal game.
And it appears as though you may be right, as Redmond's in the backfield, box sticks under center from the 3, takes the handoff, rolls to his left, drifts back, steps in the pocket, steps up, and into the end zone. Touchdown, extra point is good for the Bulldogs. And looks like Miguel Redmond, after he took the fake snap, wandered into the end zone, caught that extra point for 2, and it's now a 17-14 ball game with 59 seconds left in the quarter.
And Sobrato, you can just see their sideline and their crowd. They are right back in this thing.
And what a change of events occurred on that kickoff return. It had looked as though at a score of 17-6 with the kickoff. Although it was a moral victory on the field goal by the Sixers, looks like they could be gaining some momentum, but it shows special teams as the Bulldogs get ready here to kick it off. Mendoza will kick it down to the deep men, Valenzuela, as he's set to go. The kick is off down the center and taken rather by number 11 up the middle, up to the 30-yard line. That's Anthony Reclusado with a nice return up to the 30-yard line, where the Sixers now will go to work 1st and 10. And interesting who they going to put under center this time. Will they bring Valenzuela back? Although the backup quarterback is number 6, Norel Booker.
It does look like Tui is going to try and go, and he is favoring that left ankle. So we'll see how long this lasts as we approach the end of the third quarter.
So limping on the field with 52 seconds left, gone left to right. Handoff, drifts back, fake handoff, gets sacked in the backfield. And it looks like it was a fumble, and we'll see who comes up with it, as he lost the ball in transition. And right now there's a pile up. The rest trying to take it apart, and it looks like the Bulldogs have the ball at the Sixers' 22-yard line, and they take a shaken up man off the field themselves. But another big turnover. This time the fumble on that snap, and well, actually it wasn't a snap, as Tui tried to scramble away. He had that ball out there, and as he got sacked, the ball came loose. And now Bookskin's under center here for the Bulldogs as he sends his receiver in motion and takes the handoff, slips as he gets tackled on the 20, which is Calvin Tipton on the handoff, and it'll be second down from about the 21 here for the Bulldogs.
Coming into this game, according to the stats we were provided, the Independent 76ers had fumbled the ball a grand total of 4 times on offense. Tonight, although they haven't lost all of them, they fumbled it 5 times.
Bookskin, the dive pattern over the middle to Redmond, and he has nowhere to go as he gets thrown for a loss back to the 25-yard line, and that'll close it out for the third quarter. Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd down and 9 will be the call as the fourth quarter here will start in a moment.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here. Now, before we get back to the fourth quarter, I want to remind people that Fred and I will be back for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show at the conclusion of the fourth quarter, where we will select our player of the game, as well as wrap up all the action from this ballgame. That's coming up following the end of the fourth quarter on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
And there's certainly a number of choices we could have at this point in the ballgame, Ben Taylor, as the Bulldogs will take it at the Sixer 21-yard line on the right hash mark to begin the fourth quarter, where it'll be 3rd and 9 for them. And they've got Redmond split wide right. Bookskin look to the sideline to take the play. He's in the shotgun and takes a snap, takes it himself, runs up the middle, down the sideline, gets the first down, knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line on the keeper. That time by Bookson, as that surely took the Sixer defense off guard, looking for the pass on the bootleg. Gets a nice gain. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3.
Yeah, first time we've seen Michael Boxnick move outside the pocket, and that was pretty impressive there. And the Bulldogs looking for their first lead of the game.
Boxnick under center, hands it off to Glimes. He goes up the right tackle into the end zone for the touchdown for Sobrato.
And Sobrato taking advantage of a turnover by Independence. We talked about it at the beginning of the half, as it appears as though there's another 76er who is down. In the first half, Independence fumbled the ball 3 times. They were able to recover it all 3 times, and it didn't end up hurting them. But here in the second half, they fumbled the football twice, and both times it's resulted in points for the Bulldogs.
So those fumbles catching up with the Sixers, Ben, as both teams respectfully taking a knee for the injured player. Appears to be Anthony Reclusado on that touchdown run by Glimes, the fullback for Sobrato. As it's an injury timeout, he's laid out on that field. Did he just get the wind knocked out of him, which could be the case?
Yeah, you never want to speculate necessarily with somebody who's laying motionless on the turf, but you hope that the only thing that's happened is the wind has gotten knocked out of him.
And just awaiting to get a little wind back in, but you never like to see this. He's motioning with his arms, Ben. It does appear that he's was not knocked unconscious, but clearly now as the training staff helps him sit up, and we believe it's Reclusado, but we're getting a double check here on the number to bring that to you.
Looks like it's number 18 now that he stands up. Carl Frost.
Carl Frost has been very instrumental in that backfield as a fullback here tonight, plowing the way for Valenzuela more than once on a few plays. They could ill afford to lose what is an important blocking back, and also has had some nice runs as Mendoza is in for the Bulldogs for the extra point, and the hold by Miguel Redman to see if they can't add another point on the board with 11:49 left in this ball game. Snap down, kick is up, kick is good for the Bulldogs with 11:49 left in the game, and the score 21 for the Sobrato Bulldogs, 17 for the Independence Sixers, and it just seems like a blink of an eye ago it was 17-6 in favor of the Sixers, Ben.
Yeah, kind of hard to imagine that at the beginning of the second half it was 14-0 in favor of Independence, and Sobrato looked like they were dead in the water, but you got to give a lot of credit to Nick Borello, the head coach of the Bulldogs. Obviously gave a very nice halftime speech and made some good halftime adjustments. His team has come out fired up, and now they have the 76ers on their heels. For the first time, Independence has to respond.
And as Mendoza gets ready for the kickoff, the deep men standing at their 20-yard line will be set to take it as he kicks it deep over their heads. Reclusado in the end zone. He's going to down it as they'll choose to take it on the 20 instead of running that one out. And I guess maybe a nice halftime speech would be one way of putting it, Ben.
That's exactly right. A smart play there by Reclusado. He initially tried to catch that football kind of Willie Mays style over the back and wasn't so successful. And very smart to just let that ball roll into the end zone and pick it up.
1st and 10 Sixers as Ted Tui's back out under center. He does not give up the Warrior as the pitch goes left to Anderson. Anderson stumbles as he tries to round the corner at the 20-yard line with no gain on the play. Not sure what tripped him up other than the turf, but trying to make that turn sometimes. That will give him at least a yard on the play as Carlton with Kari Vanderbilt hurt this game, hindered by that injury. Their passing game is much more impacted. They're going to have to run it up the field as now they get in position. Tui shouting instructions to his offense. Single back, and looks like a timeout is called. That'll be the final timeout, and Coach Brown is just beside himself, Ben Taylor.
Yeah. I can't imagine any head coach would be excited about using their final timeout when they're losing in a game. 10:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Independence offense, quite frankly, is not built to move the ball quickly up the field. Quarterback Tet Tui doesn't have a strong arm. He's not going to be able to bomb it down the field. They've got a deep threat in Carl Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt can run as far down the field as he wants. Tui can't get him the football. So the fact of the matter is that with a running-based offense, using your final timeout with 10:58 in the fourth quarter, that's not good news.
So in this scrum offense, we don't see a lot of play action. We saw some nice misdirections. Anderson getting the football in the first half from Valenzuela, vice versa, keeping that Sobrato defense off balance. What would you do here now with 10:58 left in the game, Ben?
Well, you got 2nd and about 9 here. So I again try to find Jojo Valenzuela maybe on a screen pass.
Tui under center, got one man in the backfield, flips it to him, a reverse to the split end who takes the ball round the side, doesn't get anywhere. It looks like he's going backwards on the play, and Vanderbilt just had nowhere to go as the defenders, that time Miguel Redmond helps Vanderbilt up, stayed home on the left side, suspecting it could have been called in that direction. They were right, and the Sixers lose 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 12 for the first down at their own 18-yard line, right hash mark.
And you're forcing a team that doesn't like to throw the football to throw the football now. 3rd and long. Wasn't very often in the first half that we saw this, which is why Independence was able to get out to that 14-0 lead.
It sure wasn't, as Tui takes the snap out of the shotgun, drops back, looks, has some time, over the middle, bobbles it, is Vanderbilt, but he doesn't catch the ball, and it's incomplete. Looks like, though, as Tui was tackled a little bit late, and it could be a roughing the passer call on Sobrato. A major setback for the Bulldogs on defense, as that'll give the Sixers an automatic first down and new life here with 10:02 in the game, as Tui limps over the sideline to take the play from his head coach, and they're going to have the ball now out at their 33-yard line.
Not only did Tui get leveled on that play that resulted in the flag, but Gary Vanderbilt, as he was bobbling the football, took a very nice pop as well. So Sobrato certainly bringing the physicality here in the fourth quarter.
Tui under center, 1st and 10, own 33, hands it off. Anderson, Brown right side, finds a little bit of room, gets shoved back, maybe gets a couple of yards, and out to the 36-yard line before he's tackled by a host of Bulldogs, that time led by number 2 for the Bulldogs. That would be, of course, Miguel Redmond coming across the field, and he's about done it all tonight on offense and defense. He's their go-to man on each side of the ball, Ben. He's had quite an evening.
Yeah, the Sobrato defense as a whole has stepped up here in the second half as well, forcing those couple fumbles and recovering them for that matter.
2nd down from the 36-yard line. Tui under center, split back. One man right in motion. Goes Valenzuela. He catches the pitch. He's got not much room to go. He cuts inside, spins forward, gets a few more yards out to the what appears to be the 37, 38-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and 5. As that time he took the pitch in motion, which worked rather well the first half, but those second half adjustments proving the lateral defensive skills for the Bulldogs are making a difference, Ben.
They certainly are. They certainly are, and this becomes a huge 3rd down play for Independence.
As Tui now under center with one back, his fullback in there, DeJon Glover, back to pass, gets sacked in the backfield by number 66, all over Tui, and that's Blake Porzio on the sack for the Bulldogs, as there was no one touched him coming up the middle on that play, on the blitz. The Sixers missing an assignment on the offensive line.
Just allowing Porzio to come through untouched. I mean, he had a wide open shot at Tui the minute that ball was hiked. And now it's a punt for the Sixers, and Independence will look for a stop defensively, whereas Sobrato, they can milk the clock now.
So Tovar Chris back for the punt, and JoJo Nunn back at his own 30-yard line, prepared to receive it. End-over-end punt to the right side. Takes a Sobrato bounce, so Independence jumps on it at about the 41-yard line, left hash mark, where the Bulldogs will go to work with 7:23 left in this ball game. It'll be 1st and 10, and you've got to believe now, with the momentum on their side, you're going to see the Sixers trying to cause a few turnovers of their own.
Yeah, Independence is going to have to take some gambles on the defensive side. And remember, they don't have any timeouts left, so Sobrato can do whatever they want offensively.
Boxnick out of the gun, takes the snap, takes it himself up the middle, up the right side, gets the first down, down to the 46-yard line of the independent Sixers, and that'll be a first down this time on a bootleg to the left. This looked like the same play, Ben, as the near touchdown run was earlier, but to the left instead of the right.
And it worked just as well. Just a nice 10 or more yard gain there on first down. And Sobrato going to be content to slowly walk this ball up to the line.
Boxnick now under center this time around. And looks like somebody jumped on one side of the ball as flags come out. And appears like maybe encroachment on the Sixers. It is. That'll give the Bulldogs 1st and 5 at their own 42-yard line, at the Sixer 42-yard line, center of the field. And at this point, the Sixers don't need to make it any easier for the Bulldogs. Boxnick under center. Takes the snap, handoff outside to Miguel Redmond. He gets about 7 or 8 yards on the play, almost to the first down, as he was in motion laterally along the line as Boxnick hands him the ball and gets through a couple of defenders, tussles his way almost to the first down, and we see again that power out of Miguel Redmond in addition to the speed, Ben Taylor.
And now on 2nd and short, Sobrato can do whatever they want. Maybe try a play action pass, go deep down the field.
Boxnick out right side, man-to-man coverage, fake handoff, looking downfield, pass downfield to none, touchdown Bulldogs. Rather, Nick Hardy makes the touchdown catch as he got beyond the defender, beyond the safety for his 2nd touchdown catch of the evening, as 2nd and short, Coach Borello, as you call it, could do what he wants. Caught the defense playing in. Boxnick with a nice, perhaps audible at the line, I'm going to guess. And Mendoza is now in for the point, makes it 27-17, favor of the Bulldogs. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. So with 5:52 left in this ball game, the score 28 for the Sobrato Bulldogs, 17 for Independence.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So we have a tale of two halves tonight, Ben, with 5:52 left in this game. 28 points scored by the Sobrato Bulldogs versus just 3 for the Independent Sixers this half, as Mendoza now will be set to kick it off. And the deep bend looks like Booker for the Sixers, as Mendoza kicks it up the middle, and Villacluso will take it at his 5, up the middle, takes it, and is tackled at the 21-yard line, and a penalty flag is on the play as Villacluso with a nice run back. We'll see what that penalty is. The Sixers looks like it may just very well. Looks like the official picked up the flag, Ben. No penalty on the play. 1st and 10 from about the 21-yard line here for the Sixers. And with 5:45 left to go, they're going to have to get it into Valenzuela in open field somehow, as Tui goes under center. Pitches that inside handoff. Anderson takes the ball. There's another penalty flag coming down. Looks like it could have been a face mask on the Bulldogs, as Anderson takes it 3 yards. We'll see what the call is, as they go to that inside handoff once again that threw the Bulldogs off the first half. They're having nothing of it this half, but they are getting a penalty against them. and that'll be 15 big ones, giving the Sixers some good field position.
Yeah, a big face mask there helps the Sixers get a new set of downs. But also, it's going to be an incidental face mask, so only 5 yards there, so it'll be 1st and 5 for Independence.
As Tui is up now under center with 5:29, clock ticking away. Handoff, Anderson, right side, tackled into backfield. It looks like that time Dresden Redfield was in on the play and on the tackle, and we'll see where the officials spot the ball. Appears to be no gain, 2nd and 5 for the Sixers. And this time, this half, not a lot of running room for that vaulted Independence ground game. At 4:55, 4:53, the clock ticks away with no timeouts remaining. Independence can't do much but run a hurry up, Ben. Tui back to pass. Looking downfield, sees Carlton, almost intercepted by the safety as he overthrows Vanderbilt. And that time the safety fretting on the miss, and that would appear to have been Travis Level, who wished he had caught that one.
If you're Independence, you got to have a little bit.
Check it, JoJo Nunn was wishing he had caught that one.
You got to have a little bit more jump in your step if you're Independence. You got to get 2 scores on the board, and you got no timeouts left.
He took a big risk, thrown in double coverage, but Vanderbilt is his man, clearly. Now with 3rd and 3, Tui under center, rolls out, looks, throws. Vanderbilt with the catch at the 35, up to 36, and runs out over to the sideline, up to the 45 before he's tackled. Makes a nice run after catch, breaking a couple of tackles. But the clock keeps on rolling as it's up to the 44-yard line with 4:25 left to play. Clock stopped to move the chains. Check it, 45. And Tui now out of the shotgun. No huddle offense. Real quickly takes the snap, throws it out. Anderson tackled in the backfield by, looks like, Redmond to the 40 as he's drugged back to the 35, but it looks like his forward momentum will get him to the 39. But still a big 6-yard loss on the play. Check it. It was not Miguel Redmond. Looked like it was Zach Zhang that time in on the stop for the Bulldogs. He was assisted by Isaiah Hardy. He's had another good night here on defense. And it is 2nd and 15. Tui out of the shotgun. Pumps one. Throws it up. Looking for Vanderbilt. This one's going to be picked off by Redmond at the 25. And he's tussled down by Vanderbilt with 3:32 left as he threw that one up, was hoping for the jump ball, but his receiver was nowhere near him on the play. And Redmond looks a little shaken up as he got nailed by the second tackler on the play.
Yeah, JoJo Valenzuela came flying in, and it looked like Redmond was down. And so the Sobrato stands, about 3/4 of them standing up right now in disgust with no flag being thrown. But a real poor pass there by Tui. Just threw it up. Vanderbilt had no chance to get there. An easy interception for Redmond.
I suppose it'd be safe to say it was a Hail Mary a bit earlier than maybe it needed to be, Ben. With 3:32 left, Bulldogs take over their own 24-yard line. Boxnick back in the shotgun, takes the snap, takes it himself again over the right side, gets some yardage down, knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line on a big play. Gets about 20 yards, 15 yards on that first down carry, bootleg, and that's the 3rd time we've seen that tonight for major yardage for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Michael Boxnick there, as a flag has been thrown.
And we'll let you know what the call is. The officials call timeout. And while we see the play, the Sixers don't look happy. And it could very well be against them.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct called, I believe, on the Sixers sideline. And their body language since that first touchdown of Sobrato has not been good. And Independence is looking defeated right now.
15 big yards marched off from the point of infraction. Will bring it down to the 41-yard line for the Bulldogs. As they now, with just 3:24 left, Boxnick under center. Man in motion, pitch left to Hardy. Hardy takes it around, spun around, gets tackled for a 3-yard gain. Rather, Calvin Tipton takes the pitch, stays in bounds, all importantly, as I'm sure his coach told him to do, with 3:06 now. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Clock ticking, 3 minutes left in this ball game. As tonight, on a clear, beautiful night for football, we see a tale of two halves in this ball game. Boxnick now up to the line, prepared to take the snap. Inside handoff goes this time to, it looks like Travis Lavelle.
And we got more
Extracurricular activity on the play, as you said.
This is going to be Alan Anderson who's going to get flagged for a personal foul, and Independence is losing their cool right now. Very frustrated with how things are transpiring.
And some real frustration going on that side of the ball as the handoff was taken out down to the 34-yard line. And it appears to be offsetting penalties, personal foul on each team, Ben.
Well, see, normally you get the retaliation, which is what Anderson was. He was retaliating, I believe, on
Isaiah Hardy.
Right, Isaiah Hardy out there on the outside. So the correct call there by the referees to flag both. And they, of course, have to march off 15 yards one way and then come back 15 yards the other.
Well, it doesn't appear as though net it was worth the distance, but the referee getting in his exercise on that play.
That's right. They're required by rule to march off the 15 yards in both directions. Don't ask me why, but...
And Anderson is out of the game. He's not happy, obviously frustrated with his team's second half performance here tonight. And you've got to feel for Independence with that lead they had at halftime and see things fall apart for them at the second half. With 2:22 rolling and the clock rolling, Boxnick under center, 2nd and 5, back to pass, looking for more points, but he's going to be sacked in the backfield by number 48, Raymond Padilla, the 6'1", 215-pound senior for Independence. Drives that ball all the way back, and it's now 3rd and 15. And you got to wonder, why would you call a pass play with 2 minutes left in this ball game and you're up by 11 points, Ben Taylor?
Yeah, you got to wonder about that. But at the very least,
it is what it is. And Boxnick's back, this time under center, and rolls out, makes that inside handoff, and no one sees Miguel Redmond take the ball as he spins upfield and gets almost back, almost to the first down yard marker. And he gets about 13 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 33-yard line of the Sixers. And with 1 minute, 8 seconds left on the play, on the clock, there's nothing Independence can do to stop the clock short of an injury. And as the Bulldogs take their time coming up the field, getting into position, Boxnick under center, takes a snack, gives it to Glimes. This time he rumbles up the field for about 7 yards to the 25-yard line this time as the clock ticks down now to 46. And it'll stop to move the chains, but it immediately starts back up by referees at the direction of referee Ed Batusta, as now with 1st and 10 at the 26, 32 seconds remaining. Maybe the Bulldogs will just simply take a knee as he's got Redmond back behind him. He indeed does, discretion being the better part of valor, not snapping the ball. This game will be over, won by the Sobrato Bulldogs 28-17 as this clock is ticking down. As, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay tuned for the PlayOn Sports post-game coverage. We'll wrap up all the action on our post-game show as these players now shake hands. We'll have an interview with our player of the games, so stand by. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Once again, the Sobrato Bulldogs have defeated the Independence 76ers 28-17 on Friday Night Football on PlayOn Sports, your destination for high school sports. So welcome to PlayOnSports.com postgame show. We're working on getting an interview here with our player of the game, and that is going to be big number 4, Nick Hardy tonight, who had a couple of touchdown passes in the second half here for the Sobrato Bulldogs, propelling them to victory. A big part of that 28 points they scored in this second half of play. So we hope you'll stay with us on the PlayOn Sports post-game show as we have a live interview with Nick Hardy. That's coming up next on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Don't go away.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
coverage. Welcome back to PlayOn Sports coverage of Friday Night Football. I'm Fred Landis. I'm joined by our player of the game for the Sobrato Bulldogs, Nick Hardy. And Nick, congratulations once again on a great come-from-behind victory. You had 2 fine touchdown receptions here tonight to propel your team back. How did it feel when you got that first touchdown pass with the momentum that you could bring back to the team after that happened?
It always feels good to bring your team back. You know, our heads down a little bit, but we had to just make a play just to get us back in that game, and I think that play really got us up, and that really got the momentum swing, and we came out with the win. I think that's good. It feels good as a player to make your team, let your team come back in the game.
So I've got to ask then, what happened at halftime? What did Coach Borrello tell the team? What sort of adjustments did he have? Did he have to give you any specific adjustments, or did he just really basically tell you to get back in this game, play like you know you can play?
Yeah, he just told us to get back in the game, just play the game that we know how to play. And he didn't yell at us like we thought it was, just to rip us out, you know. But we didn't make any adjustments. He just said, just show what your character is, and just come back in a football game. And it's more about more than football. It's just coming out as a man and doing what you have to do and work hard and play hard.
Well, that's great. Congratulations once again. We're here with Nick Hardy with the Sobrato Bulldogs after they knocked off the Independent Sixers tonight, 28-17, with 28 second half points. That's probably one thing you haven't done yet this year. All 28 points in one half after getting shut out in the first half. What then was the key? If you in that huddle, your quarterback, Mr. Boxkin, he made some nice calls on his own. Some great handoffs. Did that open up and help open up that passing game with some of those runs?
Oh, yeah, they're backing off into their zone, so we just decided to pound the ball with him, you know, get that read going, and then just put the ball in the air, and I think that's what opened up the passing game.
So you gave your running back, Miguel Redmond, a bit of a break tonight on that one with his quarterback carrying the load a little bit more tonight. Shows that you've got a lot of weapons there on offense that will carry you here in the end of the season. So looking forward to next week, how do you think this victory here is going to help you with momentum going into next week's game?
It's going to help us practice hard. We know we're going to expect a good team over there, a good football club, so we just have to know how we want to play. And just come out strong, better in the first half, and a second half team, and just do what we know how to do.
Well, congratulations once again on being our player of the game.
Thank you.
And congratulations on a great come-from-behind win to you and your teammates. This is Nick Hardy of the Sobrato Bulldogs. So don't go anywhere, anyone. Our PlayOn Sports post-game show will be back in just a couple of minutes.
All right.
On PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to San Jose, California at Independence High School. I'm Fred Landis along with Ben Taylor for our post-game show, where tonight you saw the Sobrato Bulldogs knock off the Independence Sixers 28-17, and really what was a tale of two halves, Ben, as mentioned earlier, those 28 points versus 3 just for the Sixers in the second half really broke this game over on those two big pass catches, touchdown catches by Nick Hardy. What do you think right now with next week looming here for Sobrato and the momentum that Independence was hoping to get? What must it do to them?
Well, with the loss, of course, Independence moves to 0-5 in league play. So their season is winding down and coming to an end that's certainly not what they would hoped it would have been. And then you go over to the Sobrato side of the football, and they are really doing a phenomenal job. We saw in the first half they just came out flat and couldn't really do a whole lot. But in the second half, as we heard Nick Hardy say during the interview, that coach just said, play football like you know how to play football. In the first half, that was not Bulldog football. Second half, it was, and they came away with a resounding 28-17 win.
Oh, we thought that perhaps they might have looked past these Sixers, and we can see in this Mount Hamilton Conference you can't look past anyone.
You certainly can't.
In spite of your record coming into this ball game, now they sit at 6-2 going into the end of the season with their eye here on the playoffs, and all of really firing on all weapons, all cylinders with that running game and that passing game. I think seeing tonight Boxen, the quarterback, call his own number on a number of occasions certainly caught that defense off guard for the Sixers.
Absolutely, and you see Boxnick, he had his weapon in the backfield, Redmond, but then he also had the Hardy brothers out there. Of course, Nick Hardy was the man who caught the two big touchdowns and got the team going. And then on special teams, Calvin Tipton came up huge, and he got the huge kickoff return for a touchdown after Independence kicked a field goal to put them up 17-6. Well, Tipton takes the ensuing kickoff all the way back for a touchdown, and the Bulldogs then complete the 2-point conversion, making it a 17-14 game, and from there it was all Sobrato.
So for Independence, though, kind of heartbreak hotel. It's senior night, halftime. These seniors, Valenzuela and their quarterback Tui, who we know has got to be hurting here tonight with that what hopefully is just a sprained ankle. They fought valiantly in that first half. Who would have thought a touchdown pass would have been one of their scores, given that vaulted ground attack led by Valenzuela. We certainly saw a lot of heart by that Independent 76er team.
Yeah, a lot of heart, and you know they were riding a high coming into the second half, and they had the ball 14-0 starting the second half, and then fourth down they couldn't convert. Coach Brown decided to go for it there on fourth. They didn't get it. Sobrato marches right down, gets the quick score, and from there it was like they'd lost the game right then and there. They had an 8-point lead after they blocked the point after attempt. But, you know, Independence in the second half, they just couldn't get going. And they were defeated by a more confident and stronger Sobrato Bulldog team.
So turnovers and fourth down conversions certainly bit them here in the second half. But the Sobrato Bulldogs, what can you say, is a team heading here for the CCF playoffs? It has built a lot of character in them and is going to allow them here to go forward.
It certainly is.
As playoff time approaches in this very, very difficult Mount Hamilton conference.
Yeah, and, you know, Sobrato, I think, is going to have their work cut out for them when they get into the playoffs, but they're a strong team, and they're going to give many teams a fight.
Absolutely. So that's going to wrap it up tonight for us from Independence High School, where the Sobrato Bulldogs defeated Independence 76ers 28-17. We'd like to thank you for joining us here on PlayOnSports.com's coverage of Friday Night Football from San Jose, California. Be sure to check PlayOnSports.com for information and links to all of our upcoming games. And for our producer, Brad Youngquist, and our videographer, Mr. Dave Custon. And my partner, Ben Taylor.
It was a pleasure.
I'm Fred Landis saying so long, and we hope you'll join us next Friday night for your destination for high school sports and Friday night football, PlayOnSports.com. So long.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.